So the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Rangers battle last night. Battle of the Titans, top teams in the Metro, class of the divisions, and what do we have? A 1-1 tie game after one period, despite the fact that the Penguins outshot the Rangers 22 to 10 in that period. Antti Raanta stood on his head. Absolutely incredible. Matt Murray let in a stinker of a goal. It happens. 1-1 game. Then we go into the second period, and it's still 3-2 coming out of the second. Very, very tight game. Very close. Penguins score, make it 3-1 on the power play. Rangers come back, make it 3-2. And that was all she wrote for Matt Murray. He was outstanding the whole game, making 26 of 28 saves. And in the third, the Penguins just opened the floodgates, scoring 4 goals for a total of 7 on the night. What's impressive about that is 7 different players recording a goal, with pretty much everyone chipping in, despite the fact that Kuhnhackl is injured, Letang is injured, and Daly's injured. Penguins still got it done. Way better effort from their game against the Leafs on Saturday. They looked much better defensively than they did against Toronto. They were able to score. The power play was working, and despite the fact that they have, 2 guys called up from the AHL playing, Chad Rudwall and Derek Pouliot, everyone really stepped up in their absence, and Eric Fehr was not such a liability on the fourth line. Now that line is not as great without Tom Kuhnhackl, but he's injured, and Eric Fehr is not great, but he's way better than the Craig Adams and the Tanner Glasses of the years past. So he's not a complete liability. He's not fast, but he's not horrendous. For the money, he's bad, but for a few games, he's okay on the fourth line if you give him sheltered starts. And Justin Schultz, doing his best Letang impression, leads all defensemen in the NHL in points in December. Now, he probably won't keep this up, but this is the player that Edmonton thought they were getting when they signed him. And why is he succeeding in Pittsburgh? While he works very well with Ian Cole, they complement each other nicely. Mike Sullivan knows what he has in him, and he gets the best out of him. He was able to succeed because he got very sheltered minutes. And Edmonton, he was expected to play against the top players, and when you are expected to play against the top players in Edmonton and you're not great defensively, it's going to come back to bite you. Justin Schultz, not expected to do that. Now he is getting more minutes in the absence of Letang, but only Mattis really stepped up. I thought he had a phenomenal game last night. His best game that he's played this season. Dumoulin is asked to play in his off wing, which is tough for him, but he's looked solid. He's really stepped it up. He's become a huge part of the Penguins. Malkin had an incredible game. His goal on the power play, beautiful. Kessel, Malkin, Crosby, all at least a point a game on the same team. And the last time that's happened has been years. They can keep that up and each get at least a point a game. That would just be incredible, and that would be unprecedented in an era where players are not scoring. But the Penguins have had 2 games already where they've scored 6 goals, 2 games where they've scored 7 goals, a game where they scored 8 goals. Goal scoring is not an issue for the Penguins. Keeping the puck out of the net has been more of an issue, but the Penguins have cleaned that up lately. And now that Matt Murray cemented himself and he's just been lights out this season, he is still Calder Trophy eligible. With all the talk of Matthews and Marner and Laine and Werenski, and well-deserved, everyone seems to be forgetting that Matt Murray is still eligible for the Calder Trophy, and he has a really good case of winning it. If he can grab the starting goalie's job by the reins, Fleury will probably be traded by the deadline, and this is Matt Murray's team, man, and he has had an incredible season so far. Even when he lets in that bad goal, he comes back and he's solid the rest of the night. He's really only had one bad game this season, one okay game. He has not lost in regulation at home yet, which is incredible. The Penguins have not lost in regulation in December. They did lose 2 in a row, but they were both in overtime, so they got a point, and they are rolling. But the Metro is so tight that even if you win a bunch of games in a row, it does not separate you. Philadelphia won 8 in a row recently, or 10 in a row, and they're in the wild card spot. Columbus has won 10 in a row, and they're still behind Pittsburgh. It's just ridiculous how tight the Metro is. It's now overtaken the Central, I think, for the best division in hockey. And the Penguins are lucky that they won their cup last year, because it'd be a lot tougher to win the Cup in the Metro this season, just with how good the teams have been getting. Washington is having a great season, and they're in the wild card spot, and no one's been talking about them because everyone's obsessed with Columbus right now. It's just been a Looney Tune of a season for the Metro Division. it's really fun to watch, but it's so tight, and all these games are coming up against Metro opponents, and they're crucial points for the Penguins. So it's a really bad time, unfortunately, for all the players to be getting injured. But if they keep stepping up and playing the way they played last night against the Rangers, against a team everyone thought was really good, the Penguins have now beat them 6-1 and 7-2. They have a really good chance of cementing themselves in the Metro and as one of the best teams in the league. They're still, I think, 1 point behind Chicago for the President's Trophy. So, yeah, overall, Penguins are off to a rolling start in December. Knock on wood. I think just a couple more games left before the Christmas break, and then hopefully Penguins finish off December on a strong note. Fun fact, the Penguins have still not lost back-to-back games in regulation since almost a year, I think, since pretty much right after they lost 4 in a row with Sullivan, and then they kept winning. I don't think they've lost back-to-back games in regulation since about then. Pretty incredible stuff. Sullivan's tenure has been pretty amazing. It's incredible how well he's turned the team around for Mike Johnson. It's like everyone is a new player. You know, if Letang did not keep getting injured, he would be a Norris Trophy candidate. Crosby and Malkin have found new leases of life this season. Kessel's found a new lease of life. Hagelin's not looked great this season, but Bonino's picked it up. Everyone's really picked it up this season, and Sullivan is a huge part of that. So, that's all I have for this video. Please like it if you like. Subscribe if you really like it. What did you think of the game? What do you think of the new lines? How do you like the spreading out of the lines? I'm personally not too fond of the new lineups. I really liked Crosby, Hornquist, and Sheary. And HBK hasn't worked for me this season, so I'm not a fan of seeing them together. But it did work last night, so we'll see if it continues. But I would have left them where they are. But I do understand Mike Sullivan's point of wanting to spread out the lines, and it is a lot harder for teams to defend when you have Kessel and Malkin on separate lines. So I can definitely see that for sure. Okay, well, that's all I have for this video, so please like if you like, subscribe if you really like it, share with all your friends, tell everyone, and I'll see you after the next game against the surprisingly red-hot Tortorella-coached Columbus Blue Jackets.